Hey guys, Mike here from Lunch Money Comics, and today I am excited. It's early in the morning and I'm outside my local comic book store, His and Her Comics in Greenfield, Massachusetts, because today is the start of their huge year-end sale. I look forward to the sale all year long because not only do they have incredible books at this store, the owner Nishan cuts the prices dramatically. Basically a massive clearinghouse just to get rid of as much inventory as they can to make room for the new year. I've been not only looking forward to this for a long time, I've been eyeing the books here for weeks, the ones that I want, hoping that they'll still be here for the sale. You can see there's a line already outside the door waiting for that door to open. So come along for the ride, guys, and wish me luck. This should be a great one. Thank you, sir. Here we go. Tis the season. All right, let's start going. What's up, Josh?
What's up, Lunch Money? Hey, got the shirt today. Look at that.
Oh, hey, look at this.
Representing the LMC.
So many books I want. All right. So here is the sale. Basically, anything under $5 is $1. And then we have, under $10, $3.75, $20, $7.50. So they're more than 50%, pretty much all the way down until you get to the end. But pretty crazy. It's a pretty nice copy. Maybe $19, tempting. So the ASM one is $20 today?
Per letter.
Per letter.
That still might be a deal.
Right. So that'd be 30% off, so a little under $60 for that. Hey Josh. So this is incredible. I know 90% of the people that are in this place. There's Jeff from Comic Spa, Ben Taz, my Fritz Magic Geeks. Yeah, a lot of happy people.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
Let's see. Fresh Grim Reaper I've been looking for.
Do you want a box later?
This would be
Might as well. So that's 30% off.
$7.50. $7.50 for that book? Yeah. Really low grade. Oh, really low grade. It's missing a whole chip. Yeah.
This is 26 there.
Mr. Miracle, number 1. I'm kind of interested in. I like the weird 70s Kirby stuff is sort of scratching the itch lately. What do you think about that? Figure out the price on all these. I'm trying to do some math on the fly. It's about $60. Yeah. And this is one I've been eyeing for a while. He actually has a couple of copies. And I don't need a nice copy. This is a mid-grade one, but yeah, with the sale price, I'm gonna get it pretty darn cheap. So definitely grabbing this. All right, so we have a Thundercats number 1, my favorite 80s cartoon. That's a tough decision. So these are normally his like $5 and up books kind of in here, and there's always good stuff.
Yeah, it's true. They did a really good job.
Hey, that's for John Walker, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Sweet.
I have not seen X-Men in here, no.
There's another one.
I love Zach covers.
It's a really low grade one, but
Captain America was run these days, huh?
it's just so many good books in that title.
Yeah.
Well, basically, pick your whatever condition one you want.
Well, they changed it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a way better copy than the one I have.
Nice.
So this would be $3.75.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, cool. These are basically $3 each for the entire. Dude, wait. Wait, what?
Including no, that's
That's
gonna be the reprint. No.
That'd be $1?
Yeah.
It's $1. Wow. We get some old Daredevil here. Oh, that's a great Bullseye cover.
Bullseye.
Still looking at that full Bullseye.
Yep. Me too.
You know, first Kingpin fight. Yep.
Battle.
Huh, and a Darkhawk #1. Snuck in the pile. All right, Rick's got a whole bunch of stuff. We have first Black Bolt, first Black Widow, really nice high grade, except for the signature. Of course, first Gambit.
We can just take a Sharpie.
Oh yeah, you just white out in that case. Yeah. First Gambit, really high grade first Gambit.
Yeah.
You get a couple of Wolverine #1s,
Give it to
right?
somebody who need it. I won't
direct
Okay.
and
use
Yeah,
it. Give
direct
it to
hand.
somebody else.
And
Really.
not one, but two first Venoms, ASM
too,
300.
yeah. And
Oh yeah,
I,
first Kingpin cover.
who is that?
Kingpin.
Is that the Kingpin? Is
It
that what
is.
he looks like?
Yeah, looks like you. $5 soft cover, $10 hard cover.
Spicy.
Oh boy,
Grab that one. It's an old one.
$10 for that. All right, looking at all these awesome trades, and there is All-Star Superman Volume 1 and 2. So I'm definitely grabbing that because I want to read it. And I just dug this out, Marvels, Alex Ross, and although I have all these original comic books as a kid, to have this consolidated in one spot, I think my son would enjoy reading this, so that goes in the pile. $5, come on. Look what I found.
Everyone goes to Royce and Barry. He's the only one that takes them.
God Loves Man Kills. Oh, well, hold on. Is this a first print?
That's one of my favorite books.
What about reprints?
I had that when I was a kid.
So,
Buying that one.
Josh,
Good one.
look what I found.
Oh, it's a good. What print?
Printing is it?
First.
No way.
Yes.
What? I bought it off the shelf.
All right, good pickup. It's been a very busy.
And as much of a fun sale this is, it's sort of a social event as well. Everyone's having a great time picking up books and talking.
Story of the year. So I was like, oh, all right, I'm back in.
All right, people asked to see it. There's my lunch money wallet to pay for my lunch money comics. It's also a food drive going on. His and Her Comics collects for the local food pantry, which is really nice. All right, so here's a huge bag of comic books, and because I donated some food to the food pantry, I get free pizza at the pizza place around the corner. What a deal. All right, guys, so I got a pretty good little stack of comic books. Well, it wasn't little. It was actually a pretty good comic haul, and I definitely spent a little bit of money, but it was worth it. I got fantastic deals on everything. So I'm going to go to eat with my friends right now. We're going to talk about what we picked up, and then I'll go back to the house and show it to you guys. Okay, guys, I made it back home after lunch with my friends. Everyone made out pretty good, and my original plan was to go down to the basement as I usually do, but I'm super busy. I have a million things to do, and we are still cleaning up from Christmas. You see, there are toys everywhere, so I am sharing space with my kids' toys right now, and I figured this would be the quickest way to go through these books so I can get around to cleaning. So we're going to go through these as fast as possible. Now, I got everything here much cheaper than the sticker prices, and I had to write them all down, so I have my little cheat sheet right here. So let's go through these rather quickly. Before I do, like, comment, subscribe, Instagram, all that jazz. Who cares? Let's look at the comic books. First stack here is actually comic books that were a gift from the owner, Nishan. First and foremost, we have some Italian sort of cavemen comics. I'm not sure when these are from, but they're really, really cool and really unique. And a couple of people actually were looking at them, you know, as I was walking around with them. They're awesome. I don't know much about these. Let me know down in the comments if you do. And then he also threw in a couple other ones. This is no stranger to fans of my channel. This is Heroes of Hope starring the X-Men. I love this book. A couple other things. We have an X-Men just kids book. You know, this is based off of the 90s TV series, of course. Very neat. We have a poster, which came out of one X-Men book. Not sure which one it is. This is from 1993, of course. And we also have this. So this is a magazine. And it looks like it's a reprinting of a whole bunch of older books, you know, in black and white, including X-Men number 140, the Wendigo one. So pretty cool. I love this black and white art. So that was really nice of you, Nishan. Thank you so much. Next up, we have the trade paperbacks. Now, you saw in the footage there was a special deal going on. Hardcovers, I think, were 10, and softcovers were 5, and one of my New Year's resolutions is to read more in 2025 if I can find some time. So I had to pick up this. This is the entire series of the Marvels by Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross. This came out in the early 90s and made a big impact on me because it's a retelling of classic Marvel stories like The Coming of Galactus or The Death of Gwen Stacy. And it's amazing because we have Alex Ross's incredible painted style. I had no idea you could have like a photorealistic looking, you know, comic book like this. So fantastic book here. And although I own the originals, I thought my son would enjoy this. I've never had these consolidated into one place. So this is really neat. Next up, yes, we have All-Star Superman Volumes 1 and 2. So the full All-Star Superman story by Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely. And this is from 2006, a very highly acclaimed storyline that basically exists in its own little sort of a sub-universe. You know, it's not in continuity of the rest of DC, but it's very highly acclaimed. I have the first issue of this. I said I wanted to read the whole thing. Well, now I can. And to get them both for $10 total, absolutely. This was a pleasant surprise. This is X-Men God Loves, Man Kills, the, in my opinion, definitive X-Men story. Of course, it's by Chris Claremont, art by Brent Anderson. And what's crazy about this one, guys, is this is actually a first print. Nuts to get this for $5. One of my favorite X-Men stories of all time. It's a dark story, but definitely nothing encapsulates the X-Men story more than this. And finally, this was a gift from my buddy Larry. He told me this is one of the best things he's ever read. This is Understanding Comics by Scott McCloud, and it's a comic book or a graphic novel about comic books, how they're made, what they're about, how to read them, how they're done, the history of them. It's everything about comic books, and this is like an annotated copy. Whoever owned this before, like put notes and highlights and stuff. Really cool. Larry raved about it, said I absolutely had to read it. So he gave it to me. So thank you, Larry, very much for this. Moving up here, these are books that only cost me $1. I didn't really get to go through the dollar bins that much. It was pretty crowded, but I did get a couple. First, The Incredible Hulk number 198. This is the second half of a story teaming up Hulk at first against each other and then teaming up with the Man-Thing. I've actually owned this book in the past. I still own it, actually, and I paid a lot more than $1, I'll tell you that. So this was an absolute steal. Let's see, I believe this is John Romita and Gil Kane did the cover of this one, which is really, really cool. Next up, we have Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine number 101. These are these double-sided comics. The reason I got this is because of the really cool art featuring, of course, Wolverine and my boy Nightcrawler. Sam Keith did the art, and for a long time growing up, I did not like Sam Keith's style. It's very early 90s, very strange, as you can tell. I did not like his famous creation, The Max. But I have a love-hate relationship with him because he did the Marvel trading card of Nightcrawler in the third Marvel trading card series, and I didn't like it, but I kind of did. The more I looked at it, the more I liked it, until eventually it sort of worked its way into my heart, and I love how he does Wolverine and Nightcrawler. It's just different. So although I'm not a huge Sam Keith fan, I am a fan of how he does these characters. Had to pick this up for $1. And this is crazy. This was actually listed at $3, but according to the sale, this would be $1. This is the famous Crisis on Infinite Earths number 7, The Death of Supergirl. George Perez, fantastic right there for $1, guys. How could I possibly say no? It's not in the best shape, but who cares? What a deal. Okay, now we're moving up a little bit. I think this one had a sticker price of $5, so it would have been $3.75. This is Captain America 333. This is part of the Mark Gruenwald and the Mike Zeck run on Captain America, and this is the first time the character of John Walker takes on the persona of Captain America. So that's a pretty good deal in its own right, but going back a little bit, we have this book. This is Captain America 323, and this is actually the first appearance of John Walker. He's the character of Super Patriot before he becomes Captain America, and then later U.S. Agent. And I've never owned this book before. Not only is it a really cool Captain America book, but you have the 25th anniversary there border. Very, very cool. So this one would have cost me a grand total of $7.50, which I think is a great deal. Also, $7.50, we have this Web of Spider-Man #1, famous Charles Vess cover. I love this cover. I love this book. Always have. It's from 1984, and this is where basically the end of the black suit with Spider-Man. Spider-Man takes off the symbiote. This is a very famous, when the clock tower, where he rings the bell and it comes off. Just awesome. I love this book. $7.50, guys. I'm never going to say no to that. Maybe the best deal I got, I don't know, I'll leave that up to you guys. X-Men #142 from 1980. Of course, this was done by Chris Claremont and John Byrne, and this is part 2 of the Days of Future Past storyline. One of my favorite X-Men storylines of all time. This is an upgrade copy for me. I have another one in my collection that has a kind of a big color break right here. I've been eyeing this very copy at His and Her Comics for a while, and to get this for $12.50 is lunacy. So really happy to get this, and now I can sell or trade my other one and get that money back. Moving up here, we have several books that were sticker priced, I think, $40, which means I got them for $19 each with the sale. We have Batman #1. This is part of the New 52. It's from 2011, written by Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, Jonathan Glapion. And this is the first issue of the second ongoing Batman series that introduced us, and a few issues after this, to the Court of Owls. Now, I was eyeing the first full appearance of Court of Owls, which is #6. Well, #6, the book I've been eyeing for a while, my buddy Larry beat me to it. It was right next to this one. I didn't get that one, but I figured this was nice second fiddle. It's a pretty cool storyline. A couple people I was talking to there absolutely love these guys, and they love this whole thing. So I was happy to pick this up. I don't know much about this. I was told that it's awesome, and I want to get into it, so I thought this was a good way to start. Next up, no stranger to you Dave Stevens fans. This is Alien Worlds #4, famous Dave Stevens art. I love this book here. Obviously, I've mentioned on my channel in the past, I am a Dave Stevens fan. This book, if you can get it for $19 in good shape, I think it's a great deal, and it is in good shape. So I thought that was a fantastic price. This one's interesting. Okay, so this is New Gods #1 from 1971. This is Jack Kirby's foray into DC Comics when he started his Fourth World. He had lots of different titles like The Forever People and Mr. Miracle and The New Gods. They all came out roughly at the same time. Well, this is the first issue of The New Gods and introduces us to a lot of the characters depicted within. So for those of you that don't know the story of The New Gods, basically they are an extraterrestrial race that live on two twin planets, basically a utopia planet and a dystopia planet. So New Genesis is the good planet, Apocalypse is the bad one. Apocalypse led by, of course, Darkseid, who is one of the New Gods. And because this is sort of the story of these characters, we get a ton of first appearances in here. And guys, I hate to say it, I am not a huge DC fan, so I had to write them down. Yeah, don't have this all memorized. First appearance of Orion, Highfather, Metron, and of course those planets, New Genesis and Apocalypse. So yeah, I thought this was absolutely awesome, guys. I love this cover, honestly. It just looks really cool with the space background. And I'm kind of getting into the Jack Kirby weird stuff in the 70s. Other than Etrigan the Demon, I didn't really familiarize myself with a lot of his works, but I've been eyeing this book for a while. Nishon had 2 copies. This was the cheaper one, but for $19, guys, I'm absolutely willing to pick this up. Again, I've always loved this cover, but head on down to the comments, guys, and let me know if you are big fans of the New Gods. I did read one cool thing about it, in that Jack Kirby, when he was coming up with the idea, he actually came up with it sort of when he was still at Marvel doing Thor. His idea is that, Ragnarok happens and the pantheon of gods all die. What would happen afterwards? Well, this is sort of the story of that. Thought it was interesting. Let me know again down in the comments if you are a fan of the New Gods and Jack Kirby in his 70s DC era. I would love to hear from you. I think that's a great pickup for $19. Next up, this is sort of a last second impulse buy. This is the Amazing Spider-Man number 361. And this is a storyline by David Michelini, art, of course, by Mark Bagley. And this is the first appearance of Carnage, the symbiote offspring of Venom. Any 90s fan knows who Carnage is. He was a big deal back then. And yeah, you know, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I didn't love the symbiotes that much growing up, but definitely Carnage is well loved by many. So yeah, the reason I got this, guys, is simple. It was a really, really good deal. I already own this book, but you know, with the sale price, let's see, how much did this cost me? Got to check my cheat sheet. It cost me $63, which I actually think is a pretty good deal. I paid a lot more than that for my copy. So yeah, I thought it was a good deal for $60-something, and now I have two, and maybe I can part with my other one. But let's talk about the last pickup right here. So this is another book I've been eyeing for quite a while. This is Avengers number 52 from 1968. It is written by Roy Thomas, art by John Buscema. And this is the first appearance of this character, the Grim Reaper, a bad guy and brother of Simon Williams, better known as Wonder Man. Wonder Man died in Avengers number 9. Of course, he'd come back, but Grim Reaper is mad at the Avengers for playing a part in his supposed death. And the reason I wanted this book so badly is because I have the Marvel trading card of the Grim Reaper. Yeah, I collect those first appearances of the characters in the card. So I've been eyeing this book for a while. Nishon's had it. It's a really high grade copy though, much nicer than I actually need or deserve. So I was waiting for it to come down in price. Luckily, no one picked it up. This ended up costing me $49 with the sale. Like I said, it is really, really nice shape for a Silver Age book. Also, very cool thing. It's also when Black Panther joins the Avengers, which is really, really cool. So beautiful book, guys. I'm pretty happy to finally pick this one up and have my first appearance of Grim Reaper to go along with my first appearance of Wonder Man, which I just got a few weeks ago. So yeah, guys, all told, grand total on all of this stuff was $225, which I think is a great deal for all this stuff, guys. Obviously, I got some pretty good bargains in there. I didn't spend much money compared to a lot of my friends who just like literally had short boxes and short boxes of huge books. People are spending like over $1,000. I was playing it cool. I definitely put some money aside just for the sale, and this is what I ended up with. So I know my favorite, which I'm not going to share, but I want you to head down to the comments and let me know which one of these is your favorite. And do you think the prices I paid were pretty good? I'm pretty happy with all of these. And again, anytime I can support my local comic book store, I definitely set out to do so. So that's it, guys. In the meantime, keep hunting for comic books in strange and unusual places. Always support your local comic book stores. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.